when it's time to heal and feel, be real. You just gotta take your time, unwind and chill. Cause now it's time to love yourself. Build emotional and mental health. Cause Black woman, it's time to heal and feel, be real.
Hey y'all, it's Donika, and we're back with another episode of Black Women Healing Podcast. And this week, this first week of beautiful December, is just gonna be me. And I'm gonna be leading the intention of the month or word of the month. Or if I'm being honest, this is really just a reflection of something that happened for me in November that I just want to share with y'all and hopefully encourage you all to do something, whether it's what I did or just something that's different this month of December. You might as well end the year with a bang for the plot. But anyways, I want to talk about a solo trip that I took to Charlotte, North Carolina. Um, yeah, solo trip. If y'all been listening to the podcast, we've had people come over just talking about traveling, the benefits, people, Black women living in a whole nother countries, all different types of things. And solo travel, it has come up so much. And I'm always like, ew, like, I don't know. I really just don't really understand why I need to travel by myself completely. I've done solo travel by accident, but not like the whole time, like where, let's say, one time me and my friend, we went to Ghana and I stayed a few extra days because I wanted to stay a little longer. But I started off the trip with her. So it was like some comfortability. And yes, I was in a whole nother country, continent by myself, but I can't explain it. It felt solo, but it was like a push of comfortability before getting to the solo. So I've had trips like that where I might come a few days early, then I know people's gonna come, but to be like completely solo, it's just gonna be me for these days. That's it. It was different. And like, I don't really know. I think that I love LA, but I've been questioning y'all, like if I'm supposed to stay here. And Charlotte was one of the places I wanted to visit. I've never been. I don't really know people there. And so I did it. Um, yeah, I did it. And it was amazing. I've been telling everybody's like, how was your trip? How was your trip? I just keep saying, it was amazing. It was amazing, amazing. Because it really was. Like, I just feel like I needed that. Um, it reminded me of home, like Kentucky. Like, Kentucky is a little bit more slower in the sense of it's not too much going on. And even when it is stuff going on, everything wasn't like over at capacity. It wasn't lines outside of all the doors in order to get into a place. I went to karaoke, walked right in, like everywhere I went, it wasn't like too much hustle and bustle. It also wasn't like everybody wasn't like doing the most with the dress to impress, like, and not to say it's nothing wrong with that, but it just was relaxed. Everybody just doing their own thing. The manners there were amazing. Shout out to Charlotte. And the people who are there, mannerisms, top tier. Um, you all could do a course because right now the mannerisms across the world, I would say, are going down. But yeah, it was the how you doings, the just compliments, just so kind. Everybody was just so kind. I loved it. I loved it. But I wanted to share this episode in support of solo travel, and I wanted to share some tips. So in thinking of some tips, I did rent a car. I just wanted to have like some autonomy of how I got around. I also wanted to experience how it really was to like kind of live there, which was amazing as well because the drives, y'all, was only like 15, 20. It was the drive time. That might have been one of my favorite parts too, coming from out here in LA. You might have a drive of like 30 minutes. That 30 minutes can turn into an hour easily versus there, it'd be 20 minutes and the 20 minutes would go down. I have never seen that. Like, that was amazing. But so I did rent a car. Um, and I've driven in different countries because that's what I'm trying to think. Like, depending on where you're at, you may or may not want to do that, especially because some places have really good transit. I did not ride the transit there. So that's up to you all. But if it's domestic and, overall, if you're a good driver, I feel like I am. I feel like I'm great with GPS and the maps. So I got a car. So that's a tip if you also saving some money, because I was out and about, y'all. I was living there. So I did get a car. Something that I did before I got there was I scouted out what was going on. So I'm a girly, a proponent of Eventbrite. I think Eventbrite has a lot of great things on there. Obviously, everybody doesn't put their stuff on Eventbrite, but a lot of people still do. So I found a twerk class. If you also listen, y'all know I go to dance. I'm a dancer in general, so twerk is just fun. And so I found a twerk class. I had found a Nollywood African movie premiere. What else did I find? Line dance classes. It was a therapist meetup. I didn't make it to that, but it was on the list of possibilities. So that was something that I just did. Let me scout Eventbrite, see what's going on, so I can have a base plan. I did not buy any tickets until the day of, just because I didn't know how I was gonna feel on those days. Like different energy levels happen. So today I might be like, yeah, I'm gonna do 3 things that day, and then when I actually get there, I'm like, I'm just gonna do 1. So I had me like a tentative list of like things to do. Um, and then I also want to just leave space of if I met people and suggestions and advice and things that they would give me. So that was something I did. I did YouTube. I'm not a TikTok person. Like meaning I don't have a TikTok. TikTok used to have a component or a function where you could like just go on it, like on my I would go on my laptop, and you used to could put in something and they'll share with you. Like let's say if I put in things to do in Charlotte, North Carolina, it'll pop up everybody who's done videos for it. But now they're trying to make us who don't want to have an account. You have to have an account to actually search things like that. Otherwise, it just pops up all these random things that are not really helpful. So TikTok wasn't helpful for me, but if you are a person who has TikTok, then I would encourage you to definitely do that too. Quick things to do in Charlotte. So you can also find just like overall things like that. Well, I did go to like a small hike, and I found that by Google, just like hikes in Charlotte. I didn't want to do too much because I was out there by myself. Y'all know it's a lot of greenery. So I wasn't trying to be in the woods or nothing. So it was just a short little small hike, something I found. I wouldn't even say it was a hike. It was more of a walk. It was around a lake. And you could probably go into different directions if you wanted to. But again, I was solo, so I trying to play it safe still. So Okay, so that being a tip, if like finding something to do, just having you a baseline plan, it just really helps you to feel like prepared and like you have a purpose of this solo trip. And sometimes when you have the autonomy to do everything by yourself, sometimes it can feel overwhelming. I mean, I live by myself. Everything I kind of do in my life, I do have control over. But again, going back to traveling, when you're traveling with people, like my friends, we itinerary people. Like, this is what we doing. Like, we do it together, though. Sometimes I'll even have friends where they may do a little bit more, and I know I can just chill and I can come in. Like, no, this was all on me. So I just wanted to have a base plan. So I would say that's the tip. Another tip is to talk to the people. I think the classes, like, find something that you're interested in. So for me, it's dance. I know that it's easy to socialize in dance classes at the end or the beginning or even through the middle where you're cheering each other on, like, hey girl, all the things, or hey guy, or whoever it is, right, in the class. And I think that really helps to like build on commonality already. So you already find somebody, at least they do like this, right? So that's how I found as soon as I got there was a class, and I had found several people. Oh, I got a massage too. I was a black-owned lady, a black-owned masseuse, black-owned masseuse. It was a black woman who was a masseuse. And so I got a massage from her too. That's how that linked that quick. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm definitely getting a massage. And that wasn't even on my itinerary. But I also have met another woman who it was so well because I wanted to go to church while I was out there. And so I think I ended up asking her, like, oh, do you know any churches? And she was like, I was just gonna ask you, are you a believer? And I'm like, like it's just all coming together. And so I I got her information. The lady who did the twerk class, she was amazing. We shared information as well. It was just amazing. So I met these women there. I met these people. So that's connection already. And even if I wasn't going to hang out with them, it was even just getting suggestions on things to do, areas to be in, places to stay away from, maybe places to explore. So again, that's adding to this trip. So that really is something I encourage. I also met another dope woman at the Nollywood premiere. That was matter of fact, I hung out with both of them. I went to church with the one I met, and we went to the movies. And then I had met another lady at the movie premiere, and we went to lounges, and then we also went to karaoke another day. Like these was becoming my homegirls, y'all. Like that's how quick it can happen, though. I will say that I encourage you all to practice discernment though and listening to your gut. And I say that because of safety. These women were amazing, but everybody's not. Everybody's not safe spaces, even when you're meeting them in group settings. We don't know these people. You don't know these people. So listen to your gut. What's going on? How this person moving? Pay attention to their mannerisms. Pay attention to how they're talking. If you are social media, if that makes you feel more comfortable sharing the social media, social media nowadays, people put everything on there. But just like listen to yourself. And I do overall, thank you God, I feel like I have a pretty, let me not give myself less credit. I think I have strong discernment when it comes to friends and people. The relationship stuff, romantic relationships, working on discernment. But the friendships, I feel like I do pretty good, y'all. So I encourage you all, yeah, have discernment, pay attention to your surroundings. Um, I mean, yeah, that goes for everything though. Like not even just with the friends, all these different places I was going. Like I said, going to like that hike, the lake. I didn't stay actually too long. It was during the day, but I knew I wasn't trying to like veer off to where nobody really was at. Um, I think that's important in general as a solo person, as a single, as a person, and in general. So that is another tip. Um, so I can go on for tips and tips and tips for days. Those are the biggest ones and the most important I wanted to share. I definitely encourage you all to do it. I think I got so much from it, like that I didn't know that I could. Um, I'm not this is what I wanted to talk about. Sometimes, and this is something I already know because I've done it. I'm not a solo dinner person. I don't like to eat out by myself. To me, that's not the funnest it's just I don't get enjoyment from it. It's not my thing. So that's something I really didn't do. So when I did eat out, either it was with like some of the new people I met, or I would pick up the food and just go back to my hotel. Cause that's to me, that's what it feels like anyways. I'm just sitting here, maybe for the ambiance of the place. It was some really cute spaces out there. They had these little igloos because it's like it's getting a little chilly out there, so they had these igloos in some spots that was super cute. I mean, I guess I could have did a little igloo, but anyways, but that's me knowing some things about myself that I can carry on. And I could have tried it out. That's another thing. If you want to try it out, try it out. But me overall, when it came to the dinners and the food, I didn't really do a lot of solos. I tried not to order food though. I did try to at least go to the spaces so I can like sit there, talk to the people, and wait for my food in the establishment versus just ordering it online or DoorDash or whatever. So I did do that. Um, but yeah, I just feel so empowered. I just feel super empowered, you know? I'm really in a vibe of just loving life and I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm able to do these things. I'm grateful that God has given me the courage. I'm glad that my friends have supported me. Shout out to all my friends who have asked me like, "Hey girl, how'd you like it? How did you like it?" They supported me. I was there checking on me. Like, thank y'all for real. Like it made me not feel alone even while all the way over there by myself. So I loved it. And I'm thinking about the international solo trip next. I don't know. I think that's a whole nother thing, but I think I could do it. I think I could do it and I think it'll be a vibe. Um, but so my intention of the month is I encourage you all to do something different. This is the last month of the year. Do something different. It doesn't have to be a solo trip. It could be anything. Do something though that you have not done. That is my encouragement or intention. Um, y'all follow us on all the things. We want to wrap up the year with getting more followers, more subscribers. Comment with us, talk to us, like let's talk. Like I want to hear about child solo trips. Like give us some tips too. Like we are community, so like let's be community. Thank you all so much for listening to another episode of Black Women Healing Podcast, and we will see you all next Monday.